clap if you believe that women are human. Please clap if you believe that men are not. Of course, men are human too. In today's special, I'd like to highlight those actions and qualities in men that I admire the most. Yeah. You don't have to applaud after every my sentence, okay? So. Okay. But to make this happen, I need your help to conduct the research. So please clap your hands if you ever received a dick pic, non-consensual ones, not the one you asked for, but the surprise one. Please clap if you received dick pic between 10 to 14-year-old. 15 to 18. 19 to 24. 25 and up. At least you were adult. Yeah. Gentlemen, please clap if you ever sent a dick pic. He was the one who sent it all, you know. And please clap if you ever received a pussy pic. Okay, like the chosen one. How much did you pay for a pussy pic? So it was for free. Feminism in action. I love seeing women in male-dominated fields. How old were you? 19. Gosh, we need to work better on that. You see, I genuinely admire how motivated dick pic senders are, right? Because nothing stopped them. Not a bad weather, not a bad day, not economy crash. If they want to, they will. And you? Hesitate to apply for a job or university, thinking that you are not good enough. Nothing stopped your dick pic sender when you were 13-year-old. What the hell are you pausing now? And do you think that he done it just for fun? No, it was his contribution to your character development and you are wasting it now. So take that shit and just do it after the show. Another group of men that I really admire are cheating married men. Let me explain. I work in tech. It's a male-dominated industry. I know what I'm talking about. And when I consult startup founders, I do it like for a hobby, and when startup founder comes up to me and says, I haven't done customer development because I had no time, I say, a cheating man would never say that to me. It takes planning to run an affair, or a second family, or a side chick. The project management is unmatched. The hustle. We all should learn. Last but not least, the group of men that I admire the most, of course, it's the serial killers. Not for the murder part, but the project management again. They always have plan they stick to. They never miss a deadline. Victim picked, tools packed, escape route memorized, unlike my punchlines. And they're like, well, murder by 8, clean everything by 9, be home at 10, showered and watch Netflix at 10:30. And you? Your body literally doesn't see a difference. between responding message and escaping a bear in the woods. And the bear is like, why are you running? Why are you running? We threw a party with the gals. Let's join us. Yeah, woman choose bear. But you know why women are into true crime documentaries? Let me explain why. I get that. Because we are into the efficiency. We are not into the blood part. We bleed monthly. Cramps, pain, dizziness, and we still show up to work. We still do the job because we are committed. And there is no one has ever been that committed to us except the one who wants to kill us. I said what I said. My name is Şұғыла. My friends and colleagues call me Sugar. It's the only sugar that I've got in my life. Considering today's economy, seems like next sugar that I'll get is diabetes. I'm terrible at dad jokes, probably because I was raised by a single mother. Ooh. Who else was raised by a single mother? Yeah. And my name means sunshine. It's a unique Kazakh word, and Kazakh is in a group of Turkic language, and this word doesn't exist in other Turkic languages. And I imagine a comment on YouTube saying, "Oh, Chinese speaking Turkic." No, we also speak Russian. It's complicated. So my name is Şұғыла, and my life revolves around 3S. Stand-up comedy, startups, and recently Sex Shop offered me to promote their products as an influencer. When I asked them, why me? They said, we love your audience on social media. My audience is a fun mix. It's government officials, startup bros, a couple of investors, comedians, and a bunch of Gen Z kids who believe that reposting on social media is activism. I believe it too, though. You know, I wish to upgrade and become sugar mommy some days. Since all startup bros have taken all sugar daddies and rebranded them venture investors. Yeah. I told my friends about this sex shop offer, and we started discussing different, related things. And then someone said, listen, we actually should teach children how to use sex toys. Yeah, no. We better to explain children that if an adult, like a stranger, touches their underwear zone, that it's bad. So the kid understands, and if something like this happens, they go to another adult who doesn't touch them and complain. I totally support this idea. We should explain and educate kids. But I wonder if we ever explain to adults that touching children's underwear zone is bad. Because according to the current crime statistics, seems like we didn't. Let's fix it now. I hope we have assaulters in here. Maybe on YouTube. Let's repeat after me, okay? You guys are going to repeat after me. Adult, do not harm children. Again. Adult women and men do not harm children. And one more time. Adult women and men don't touch Kids underwear zone. And then I remembered about Abshu. Do you guys know what Abshu is? So let me show you. Okay. Oh my God, how to explain? Well, Abshu, those who started Abshu, they had very good intentions. So did Oppenheimer. Okay, let's go into like context, okay? I'm gonna give you a lecture. Back then, kids' mortality was very high. And Kazakhs used to give the children hilarious names because we believed that it will keep them alive. So Abshu is some kind of this thing, okay? So majority of Kazakhs are Muslim, and usually boys get circumcised around at 4 to 5 year old. But until this time, they still have this little foreskin, and when the boy pees, some liquid might stay in the foreskin and it cause infection, as they believed. So elders came up with this game. When the boy urinates, they call him over, touch the foreskin, make sure that it's clean, sniff it, sneeze it, and say Abshu. Don't you dare to judge, okay? Every culture has a custom that started well but ended up being weird. And we complain about Borat. So I work in startups, I work in tech, and if you know, please clap, have you guys heard that Telegram opened its office in Astana? Telegram, the messenger, the company, opened its office in Astana last year. By the way, where are you live, in a cage? So the news came out that Pavel Durov came a lot. He donated his sperm to those families struggling to have kids. And these families took the sperm because he is smart and healthy and wealthy and handsome. Now, yeah? Clap if you used ВКонтакте. So you know that there was before. I wonder if these families knew. And if they knew, would they like it, the before? Because Pavel Durov himself didn't like the before, and that's why he changed it. But I don't judge. I don't judge. Just if I could afford getting Pavel Durov to impregnate myself, I would request hair transplant support provided. But again, I don't judge, and I respect how much effort he put in the way how he looks now. It's a good job, it's a great job. He really done a great job, right? But what's unfair is that women do it all the time, and they don't get that level of recognition as Durov does. So let's give this round of applause, to women and Durov, who did an amazing job. I'm a feminist. I don't shave my armpits. What are you gonna do about it? Go and cry? Or write your little X? Or threats?
I saw a woman, she doesn't shave her armpits, she must be working at circus.
Well, I am a comedian. But I don't shave my armpits, and it's not political. It's because I actually paid, unlike Sergey, for my laser hair removal. Capitalism vs. Sugar 1.0. Gentlemen, please clap if you think that we reached gender equality. Oh, you're smart motherfuckers. Yeah, you're right. We didn't. You guys are not equal to us. Just not like us. Just not like us. Yeah. Don't be Drake in this case. Because the bar is already low, and seems like you know it. As low as our expectations. Or Drake's minor. Yeah. Yeah, why women are better? Okay, let me explain. We survive, not always, childbirths, serial killers, taxi drivers, and men with podcasts. In that order. Because the work that they can do, like childbirth, serial killer, and taxi driver at least can kill you. Men with podcasts, they will make you wish you were dead. Not efficient again. And equal pay is a great idea, but I have a way more important question. When are we gonna have equal-sized pockets? It's 2025. Men can handle women with no shaved armpits performing at the stage. AI helped me to write these jokes, you see. My phone can recognize my face, but my pants still don't recognize the concept of storage. And on a day when we will be equally paid, where are we gonna put our phone? It's a digital Kazakhstan. Everything is linked to our phone, we don't get cash. So we have to buy a purse or a bag to put our phone in. Capitalism vs. Woman 2.0. Speaking of taxi drivers, once after a show, another comedian and we took a taxi together. We had discussion while the ride, and I noticed how taxi driver was listening to us very carefully. And my colleague, he left first, and then taxi driver started asking questions. I was replying briefly and started messaging in my safety group chat. Every woman has it. Thanks. And then he asked the taxi driver, do you actually know what is the gayest city in Kazakhstan? He had me there. I was like, what? You tell me. He goes, try to guess. So those who has been to my open mics and know the answer, shut the fuck up. Those who don't know, give me options. What do you think is the gayest city in Kazakhstan? You are a very brave one to say so. Stepnogorsk. Taxi drivers say that Stepnogorsk. And I ask him, why? He goes, it's just like San Francisco. Men came for gold and found each other. I said, how do you know? He said, my wife is from there. I said, are you sure it's a wife? That's how I survived the first homicide attempt in my life. I'm kidding. He was one of the nicest taxi drivers that I ever had. And when we get closer to my place, he said, I don't mind gay men, as long as they do not harass me. As I looked at him, and I said, oh, honey, I've been abroad, and the gay men, they have a way better taste than us women do, so don't worry, you are safe. So growing up, I didn't have much access to Kazakh books. Colonized country score, triple C. And my mom, she speaks Kazakh, and she wanted me to read in Kazakh. She sent me to Kazakh school, but it was not really enough. So she had me this book, the religious one, in Kazakh. It was about prophet. I keep forgetting the name, but the plot was, I love God so much, I'm going to sacrifice my son about it. You got it, right? I'm not really sure if it's a good choice for a bedtime story for 8-year-old, but for sure it was character building. But the funniest part about this book was I was a disabled kid. I needed serious and multiple operations, and doctors said that no operation, it's too risky. And imagine me like reading this book. Wait a minute, is this fucking play about us? But the more I thought about it, the funnier it got, you know, because can you imagine asking a mother, a Kazakh mother, or any other ethnic mother to sacrifice her child? It's no. And that's how I understood that this story works only because the mom was not involved. I learned to read when I was a toddler, so I never believed in Ayazata or Santa. But I was like, God, if you were there, please help and make my mom forget this, and make my mom to forget this book. In fact, she did, and moreover, she managed to find those doctors who operated on me a year later. She sacrificed everything that she had, you know. She sold her apartments to cover the bills. She has been through a lot. And she made everything possible that I'm standing in front of you today and telling these jokes. So let's give a round of applause to her. She's not here tonight. She's alive, don't worry. She's just way busier than me, and you need to book her in advance, so. Back in the days, I used to run a career-oriented club. I mean, I look like a person who would have done some kind of thing, you know? I was graduating from the university. I didn't really know what I want to be when I grew up, so I made it everyone's problem. So I ran this club where me and the girls were studying how women were pioneering in different fields. In science, in arts, in business, and so on. And then we invite those women who currently work in this area to come speak. So medicine, here is a female surgeon, businessman, entrepreneur. And that's how I found out that Harvard Law School in the United States had no female toilets until 1950s. Which is wild, because the Soviets did. Moreover, Soviets had female labor camps. Gender equality in its finest. Equal oppression. That's the price that we paid for female toilets. Stalin was tyrant, but not sexist one. The sexiest, maybe. Oh, the man looked hot when he was young. I imagine him looking in the mirror and be like, what would go well with this jawline? A famine. That's not a plus situation. But okay, thank you, I appreciate that. I mean, it took a Luigi to kill a guy and end up in thirst traps. Imagine if TikTok existed back then. Stalin would have been in thirst trap, for sure. I mean, the man starved nations. I just see how people would call him like Daddy Stalin or something. All this made me think maybe we should ban handsome men from getting into the politics. On the other hand, the ugly ones somehow do even worse. So there is no win-win with men in charge, hot or not. And last year, I went to the United States of America. It never was my dream to go to the US by work and travel program or something, and I couldn't afford it. I always dreamed to go to US like empowered, secure, confident girl boss. And I did. Yeah. I was selected over 6,000 applicants all over the world. I made it to the top of 100 finalists of an exchange program for women working in STEM. And I met all this amazing and wonderful women from all over the world. And I actually understood that we are divided by distances, but we are united by problems. I loved visiting the US, except the pee and the drug smell in the streets. And the possibility to get shot at every corner also was not on my 2024 bingo card, you know? But I loved how I felt there. I felt freedom. I felt very free. I mean, I felt invisible, and I loved it. God bless emotional distance. But I was really upset realizing that Kazakhstan and Central Asia are represented. On the other hand, Americans only know the country that they have invaded, so we're good. In America, people used to think if I'm Japanese. Japanese people never think if I'm Japanese. They assume I'm a Korean. Koreans look at me, they think if I'm Korean man. And when they find out that I'm Kazakh woman, they're like, oh my God, I wanted to say it in Korean, but I will not. I forgot it completely. Okay. Well, because I don't study Korean. Just let me restart a little bit. Korean people think if I'm Korean man, and when they find out that I'm a Kazakh woman, they're like, oh, that's what happens when you feed a girl horse meat. I hope we have some anti-vaxxers in here. Oh, we don't, okay. Most likely we will have them on YouTube. Did I get this right? You prefer your kid get a polio than autism? How many famous grown-up people with a polio do we know? Frida Kahlo. She was born in a hella rich family. If you can afford having a kid, a disabled kid, I was a disabled kid and it's hella expensive. If you can afford a disabled kid, then okay. If you cannot afford disabled kid, I don't judge it too. I'm just trying to predict possible fundraising campaigns on social media. Okay, you raised funds, you raised a kid, and the kid turned out to be like Frida. Leftist, feminist, anti-colonial. And you'd lose your mind. You'd be like, my kid draws self-portraits, hates capitalism. He never got shot. It's time to fix it. Also, people sometimes, I saw it on the internet, people sometimes say that, well, Stephen Hawking lived happily. Stephen Hawking didn't have a polio, he had a genetic condition. Also, he was born into UK medical healthcare, you know? Also, his wife was taking care of him until the day he cheated on her. How? If he wanted, he would. Okay, how many famous grown-ups with autism do we know? The first comes in mind, right? I'm not really sure if Elon Musk was ever like officially diagnosed, if I were in his PR team, not really sure if he has one, I would recommend him to not change a bit of behavior. I cannot comment like and say something on Elon Musk. I don't know him personally, but, and I just discussed a bunch of other people, right? In Elon Musk's situation, I'm more curious about those whom I personally acquainted with. About those people whom I know personally, those in power now, women and men, investors, entrepreneurs, LinkedIn influencers with the God complex. They admire him. They admire the way how he easily gets attention, how he generates media mentions. Kind reminder. One of Elon's grandparents was supporting apartheid. Your grandparent probably was over the garden wall. Or was not. The times have changed. Did the people though? And it's the end. The end, thank you. Okay, my name is Šұғыла, and that was my first solo special recording. Thank you everyone, and that's the end.